Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Autumn Poppy Designs podcast. My name is Paula, and I am coming to you from Cambridge, Ontario, in Canada. So, hello, how are you? I know it's been a minute. I've been trying to record this podcast for like 3 weeks, to be honest with you. I've just been getting sidetracked. I've also been working full time, so it's been interesting. So yeah. Let's talk about knitting, books, and that's it. Yeah, so grab a cup of something cozy. I have my fancy Royal Albert teacup that I bought secondhand. I really enjoy drinking tea out of porcelain cups. That's the word. I keep calling them ceramic, but they're not ceramic. They're porcelain. Anyway. There's just something really nice about a porcelain cup and tea. I like ceramics for mugs. So, I went out shopping today and I could not find a single one that I liked at all. Like, they're just kitschy, I think is the word. They like hokey. Some of the details on them, like the floral's not very nice, or they'll be like Easter themed or massive. I don't know, you can't just find a nice porcelain cup anymore. I don't know. I went to like 5 different stores and I could not find anything that I liked. So, teacups, it is. And I've owned this one for so long, but I've barely ever used it. Anyway, I am drinking Heavenly Cream by, not Heavenly Cream, those are 2 different teas. Heavenly Earl Grey is the tea we serve at my work. Cream of Earl Grey is the one that I'm actually drinking. It is a loose leaf tea from Genuine Tea Co, and I'll put the link down below so you guys can check it out because their teas are amazing. I bought a Silver Needle White for my husband, which is one of the teas we've been looking for a very long time since we discovered it in Ottawa at this very small tea shop we found that was actually Chinese owned. And the lady herself traveled to China and picked this tea. So it was just so exciting finding it again. I also bought a gut health tea because I've been having some very serious gut problems lately. I can't figure out what food is disagreeing with me. I quit milk because that was obviously a problem. And now eggs have been giving me trouble. And there's been some other mystery foods that have been causing me trouble, so I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, I was hoping that the tea would help, and I've just been terrible at keeping at it and drinking it every day, or even like once a week, but that's besides the point. I bought some other teas from them too. Oh, that's what it was. A masala chai tea. You guys, it is the perfect chai tea. I guess I'm just saying tea twice, but it's the perfect chai. Honestly, I've always had trouble with my chais never being like spicy, I guess, like full of spice and flavor. They've always been kind of bland. So when this masala one came, it's perfect. It is like the right amount of kick. It's full flavored, full bodied, it's delicious. And this is Pepper. In case you haven't met her yet, this is Pepper. She is almost 2 years old. She will be in June, but yeah. Okay, let's talk about knitting. We'll start there. My first finished object is this hat. It did turn out a little large. It looks funny because my hair is actually in like a half ponytail right now, but it did turn out a little large, but I still love it. It's my new hat design. Let me take it off because I'm actually getting really warm and sweaty and my face is starting to go red. Yes, okay. So, like I said, hair is in a half pony, so that's why it was looking weird. But this is what the hat looks like. And the color is kind of blowing out. It's way more orange than red. That's what the main color is. And then the mohair is a bright red. So I used Sans Garn. I think that's how you say it. Sans Garn mohair in a red colorway. And now I have hair in my eye. I'm sorry. Okay. Sans Garn in the mohair in a red, like a bright red colorway. I might actually be able to show you. I don't think I have the label. I kind of take off all my labels and put them away in my desk downstairs. But this is the mohair, and like I said, it's blowing out. It's a little deeper than that, but it's like a lipstick red. It's beautiful. And then this is the main color, which is also kind of blowing out. It's very orange. It's called Brick Red, and it's by I think it's BC Bio something, or just Bio something. I don't know. It's organic wool from, I am terrible at this. I don't actually know. I have the, I obviously have the yarn written out in the pattern, so you can see it there. Anyway, it is meant to be slouchy. I didn't knit mine too long because I just kind of started knitting and didn't stop. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should try it on. Anyway, I also knit Penny a version using Knitting for Olive merino and mohair in this dusty rose colorway. So this is all I have left for that. It looks super cute on her. I will try to, no, I won't. I won't try to add a picture because I actually don't know how to do that with my software that I use. But if you check out my stories, you'll be able to see it there. And yeah, I'll do a pattern highlight because I actually haven't done one of those in a long time. So it'd be nice to have it like right there on Instagram. Anyway, so yes, so this is the hat. It's knit top down. You cast on here, you do increases along the side until it's your width, and then you just knit straight down. You can also fold the brim. That's what it looks like with a folded brim. It looks okay. It looks better on Penny sitting like this than it does on me. That's why I haven't folded the brim. Because she says she looks like a gnome, which is true, and it's so, so cute. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that on myself. I mean, if you are, great. You can adjust the length of the hat any way you want. I do recommend measuring your head first to figure out your size. And that includes the circumference and the length. So I know I have a 24-inch head, but because I'm designing the pattern, I was able to make it exactly the way I wanted it. And then, so I included information for that after doing some extensive math. And I recommended measuring yourself from like here to the top of your head to figure out your length. Because while Penny, especially Penny, has a almost 19-inch head, which is almost an adult small, she's only 3. So her head length is very different. So I did include instructions in the pattern on how to figure all of that out so that you can get the perfect fitting hat, because I recommend an inch of ease this way so it can be slouchy and sit back a little bit. So yeah, that's technically 2 projects. Penny's hat I finished yesterday, but I can't show it to you because she wore it to daycare today. Okay, more knitting. I have a sock pattern to share with you that I am hoping to release on February 14th. Once again, it is blowing out. This is called actually, it's not called anything. I haven't figured out a name for the pattern yet. But the yarn is called Swedish Fish from Bryn Dye Works, and it is a toe-up sock pattern. Has this extensive twisted rib and a picot bind off. It's my first time doing a picot bind off on a sock, which was really exciting. And it's toe up with lace and cables. Actually, I probably should what to you toe up. There we go. So there's slip stitches here, a cable, a lace pattern. It's a heel flap gusset sock, and like I said, it's toe up. It's rather addicting, I found. I couldn't stop because you're pretty much doing a lace repeat on every other row, and it's really easy to memorize. Once you've done it twice, you pretty much know exactly what you're doing. So yeah, the yarn is from Brian Dye Works. Charity has a beautiful merino yarn that I love for socks. It's 75-25, and because it's nice and thin, it knits super fast. And this colorway, I actually bought to knit Penny a sweater with like 3 years ago, and I have not done that, so here we are. So that pattern is in testing right now. The deadline for that is February 10th, and I'm hoping I have time to put it out by the 14th. Another sock that I finished, these are single socks, is this. Again, I do not have a name for it, so if you have any suggestions for names, please help me out. This is another sock from, actually, this is from Brian Dye Works, and it's one of her monthly colorways from last year, and she generously included this mini. So I was able to make it a sock set and knit this pattern. It's pretty much a 2x2 rib with a cable pattern on the back. Let me twist it so you can see. There we go. There we go. That was pretty much my whole goal, is just to have a fun cable running down the back of the leg. That was literally the inspiration for this, is just this cable on the back of the sock. Sorry, let me twist it a bit more. There we go. Trying to see if you can see it, if I can see it. There we go. And then on the front of the sock, we continue the ribbing and this lace pattern. And that runs down the whole front of the sock. So again, very easy to remember, addictive. I knit this in like a day and a half at the beginning of January, when I was home for 2 weeks because the hotel that I work at was shut down for maintenance and things. So it was a very nice break. So yeah, that's pretty much all the knitting I have to share with you. I have also been working on finishing the second Ziggy Pop sock, which is in testing right now. I just filmed a tutorial for that yesterday on how to do the bobbles with a crochet hook, which I have to be honest is really easy and fast. Like really fast. So that's why I like the method. And the way you secure them, they stick out, and so it's really nice. What else? I have also been working on like 3 new designs for socks, because despite saying that I no longer wanted to work on sock designs this year, ideas kept popping up. So I'm working on those, but I am focusing more on color work socks this year. I love color work. I love color work. And so putting it in a sock where it's like tiny and manageable and fast is so, so great. I won't share those with you yet because I have literally cast on the cuff and that's it. I haven't been knitting as much because by the time I get home, after working a full 8-hour day, I'm just tired and I just kind of want to read my books and hang out with my husband and go to bed. My schedule varies, so some days I don't start till 9, some days I don't start till 11. So most nights by the time I get home, it's anywhere between 6 and 8. So yeah. Let's see. have a bag to share with you. Oop. It's a little dirty because someone spilled coffee on it. So I can't really share too much with you about what's inside the bag because those are all the new patterns I'm working on. But I do want to share the bag. Isn't it adorable? It has a pocket on the inside. It has a pocket on the side. And it's massive. And I got this bag. Oh, also, it's like water resistant on the inside. It's got like a smooth, almost, it's not, but it's an almost plastic feeling, and it's canvas on the outside. Anyway, it's fantastic. I love it. It fits everything. It's got shoulder straps so you can carry it around with you. So, yes, I got it from Pine and Pearl. And she has a lot of these bags, all in different designs. I've shared with you her bags before with the drawstring ones, the small ones that have, like I did the Hocus Pocus one. I have oh my goodness, I can't remember the other ones, but the Hocus Pocus one is the one I most recently bought from her. And I do believe she does this all with her Cricut, but I can't confirm that because they don't feel like Cricut printed, so I don't know. But yes, they're beautiful bags. I want to get another one of those for no reason other than they are adorable, they're big, and I want another one. But I don't need one. Okay, that is all that I have to share with you there. I did recently acquire some yarn, but I honestly don't know where any of it is. It's kind of just hidden all over the house so the cats don't get at it, because this guy loves playing with my yarn. She will destroy it all. And she eats my plants. So, moving on. I want to share with you the books that I recently came into possession with and what I'm currently reading and what I just finished reading. So let's start with the books that I recently, actually, okay, this is kind of twofold. Back at the beginning of the month, I went to HomeSense. It was my day off. It was my first day off. I didn't have any kids. Penny had just started daycare that day, and Theo was in school, and I had the day to myself. It was my first day off, and I took off and I went to HomeSense, because who doesn't love a good HomeSense trip? And they have a book section of just books on sale. So I can't remember how much I paid for this one. I want to say it was no more than $14, but it's a hardcover for $14. Like, I mean, come on. Anyway, this is Lisa Gardner, and it's called When You See Me. And it was good. It was really good. It is a thriller. It's a small town. Okay, I want to read to you the cover, but it's very long, so I'm just trying to summarize it real quick. It's about this girl who, actually, no, I can't say that. It's got multiple point of views. So there's the point of view of the two FBI agents, the point of view of one of the victims, and the point of view of she's a girl who had been previously kidnapped and now got sucked back into this murder because he might have been involved in the past, and so she's working with the FBI as like a consultant. So it's 4 point of views. It really just jumps between the 3, but it does it in a chronological order, so you're not really all over the place. So the only parts where it got confusing is when things were happening simultaneously. So at one point, you got the point of view of the girl, the civilian, who's doing her own investigation. And then, like, they're all in the same town trying to solve the same crime. But anyway, so the civilian girl's in one place trying to solve one part of it and ask questions and things like that. And then it jumps to the FBI agent who's in a different part of the town and what's going on for her. But either way, it's all chronological. You're following it along and it's fine. It's also really fast, which was great. I must have devoured this book in less than a week of just like nighttime 1 hour reading. And it is about 400 pages. So that was impressive. After having like a huge slump since last August and not reading any books, this was great. I love thrillers and I love police dramas and like FBI dramas and things like that. So this was really, really great. And Lisa Gardner has written lots of books. Like, I mean, lots of books. So this was the first one of hers that I have read. And so I'm looking forward into looking into her other books and reading some more of her stuff. Yeah, this one came out in 2020, so. Okay, so that was my first read of the year. My first book purchase of the year. That's not true. That was not my first book purchase of the year. Well, pretty much, because I went to a store and bought it. The other thing I signed up in December because they were having a promotion for Book of the Month. It's available in Canada and the US. And it's free shipping. That's really what sold me on it. Because all those other ones, like Owl Crate, Illum, something, and all those other ones, you have to pay for shipping. And the shipping, I believe, is quite pricey. I mean, $15 is normal, but some of those really come from the US, so shipping's more like $25 and stuff. So I was like, no. But I'm so excited. The one great thing about Book of the Month is you don't get other stuff. So what you're paying for is just books. And as someone who has a ton of itty-bitty things in her house, I really don't need book-themed things. I mean, they'd be great. A bookmark would be great, but I really just want books. So, the first, I guess you kind of do get a bookmark. This one says, girls just want to have books. And then it's Book of the Month. Anyway, in December, they were having a promotion where you get your first order for $10 and free shipping. So I got a hardcover book for $10. And I picked up The Cloisters. So all the books come with their logo. What can I say? I have not read this yet, but I do want to tell you how Book of the Month works. You can either go through their website or you can get their app, and they have 5 or 6 books listed as their features for the month. And those are the books you can get with a credit. So for my second order, I actually got my Book of the Month top choice for free, and then I could add on other books. And the books that I added on were only $15, and they were all hardcovers. And I'll show you those in a sec. But yeah, they're all hardcovers. So I made my choice. I got 2 extra books, and they're all books that have been reviewed by others, that have been nominated for awards, that are really, really popular. Basically, they're all vetted. So you get your choice. And their list goes back to when they started offering these books in Canada. So I think they actually have the list going back to last January, which means you can grab books if they have them in stock. Like I wanted to grab Donna Tartt's Secret History, but it was sold out, so I couldn't get it. But they had it. It was something they offered last year. And yeah, for my first purchase. I really just wanted the one book because, well, A, they didn't have books that I wanted to get as well, but B, I wanted to check it out first, and I figured one book was safe without spending too much money and then being disappointed. So, in case you haven't heard, The Cloisters is by Katie Hayes, and I'm just going to give you the quick little synopsis. It says, behind the closed doors of the cloisters, shocking secrets and a mysterious deck of tarot cards spark a deadly power game within a close-knit group of researchers. It sounds like dark academia. It sounds like a murder thriller, and I am very excited to read this. They also included some stickers. Oh, and they, so here, the Book of the Year finalists. So the finalist was Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I'm sure you've seen this book. I have not read it. But then the other books that they offered that were finalists was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham, Black Cake, The Lincoln Highway, The Love Hypothesis, and obviously Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow. So yeah, they did send me some stickers for December, which I thought were really cute. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Book of the Month has been around since 1926. I did not know that. Anyway, so each month they feature different books, different authors. If you don't like your book, you can email them and they'll make it right, which is great. And then again, once you order 3 boxes, you'll be part of their Best Friends marketplace. So you get access to the marketplace where you can buy book-related goodies if you'd like. So next month I'll be able to get access to the marketplace. I will put down a referral code below if you're interested in checking it out. I'm pretty sure that every first Book of the Month order is only $10 for you. So if you're interested, please check it out. I will show you what I got for January. So my pick for January was What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. Then it says, they were 11 when they sent a killer to prison. They were heroes, but they were liars. So it's about these 2 girls and who ended up in the woods, saw something, put a serial killer away, but apparently they lied about what really happened in those woods. So the truth comes to find them, you know. But yeah, it sounds really good. And like I said, I love murder mysteries. So this was definitely a top choice for me. And I also grabbed 2 other books, and they were $15, like $14.90 something. And I'm so excited because I've been wanting to get these books, but they are so expensive in hardcover form at like Indigo, or basically Indigo because that's what we have in Canada. So I grabbed The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I did start reading this book from the library last year, but I was having such a hard time reading, just like didn't even want to read. Not that I didn't enjoy the book, because I did, but I just couldn't force myself to pick it up and read. So I'm really excited to own it and actually be able to read it now. And the other book that I grabbed that I have been looking forward to is Babel by R.F. Kuang. And yeah, it is such a big book. Oh my goodness. What is it? Like almost 600 pages. So I am very excited to read these. And I'm also looking forward to my next Book of the Month purchase. I actually already put 2 books into my cart, so I'm waiting for them on February 1st to release the next titles that they'll be offering. And then I went to Chapters Indigo, and I bought some more books. So the first one I got was Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. And this is the book that I'm currently reading. I'm like 70% done. I have just this much to finish. And I love it. It is so good. It's hilarious, but not like a laugh out loud funny. It's more his writing style. He is so quick-witted, and the way he's writing, it's like you're sitting across from him and he's telling you the story, because there's little like details, I guess, that he adds in that you would only get if you were actually talking to a person, telling them telling you a story. So I love that. I really do. And he's got, I mean, I don't want to give away too much. Just read it. It's really, really good, I promise. It's Knives Out and Clue meet Agatha Christie and the Thursday Murder Club in this fiendishly clever blend of classic and modern murder mystery. So yeah. And in case you haven't seen it before, I'll read you the back. Everyone in my family has killed someone. Some of us, the high achievers, have killed more than once. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it is the truth. Some of us are good, others are bad, and some just unfortunate. Have I killed someone? Yes, I have. Who was it? Let's get started. And Karen Slaughter commented saying that it was amazing. So, that sold it for me. Also, Benjamin Stevenson is an award-winning stand-up comedian and author, and he's from Australia. So this book is actually set in Australia. So it's kind of, I don't want to say odd, but it's different because it's set in Australia and not like the US, which I'm very familiar with, having read so many American authors. So I've been having to kind of Google where some of these places are, just to be like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, cool. So yes. Anyway, like I said, he's a stand-up comedian, so this book is just so great that way. And after reading that and finding out that he is a stand-up comedian, kind of okay, so that's the whole gist of this book, and it's really, really good. And I don't know what else to say about it except that you should definitely grab it and read it because it is so good. So yeah. At the same time, I also grabbed two other books. I grabbed How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix, and I'm really excited for this one because I do like this author. New York Times best-selling author Grady Hendrix takes on the haunted house in a thrilling new novel that explores the way your past and your family can haunt you like nothing else. It's meant to be light, I think. Let me read you the rest of the synopsis. So it says, when Louise finds out that her parents have died, she dreads going home. She doesn't want to leave her daughter with her ex and fly to Charleston. She doesn't want to deal with her family home stuffed to the rafters with the remnants of her father's academic career and her mother's lifelong obsessions with puppets and dolls. She doesn't want to learn how to live without two people who knew and loved her best in the world. Most of all, she doesn't want to deal with her brother Mark, who never left their hometown, gets fired from one job after another, and resents her success. Unfortunately, she'll need his help to get the house ready for sale, because it'll take more than some new paint on the walls and clearing out a lifetime of memories to get this place on the market. But some houses don't want to be sold, and Louise and Mark's home has other plans for both of them. So, yes, it sounds great. I don't know, it sounds different. Very different. I also just really like this author. I read his Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which was also really, really good. So, I don't know. It's out there in the sense that it's on Book Talk and TikTok and Bookstagram, and people are talking about it. So that's how I found out about it. And because I realized who he was, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get it because I like this guy and his books are actually really good. So actually, if you haven't heard of the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, you might have heard of the Final Girl Support Group. He also wrote My Best Friend's Exorcism. So yeah. And the other book I grabbed is Pandora. And look at this cover. Is that not beautiful? So this one's set in London, 1799. And it's a mystery. I don't believe it's a murder mystery. So Dora Blake, an aspiring jewelry artist, lives with her odious uncle atop her late parents' once famed shop of antiquities. After a mysterious Greek vase is delivered, her uncle begins to act suspiciously, keeping the vase locked in the store's basement away from prying eyes, including Dora's. Intrigued by her uncle's peculiar behavior, Dora turns to young, ambitious antiquity scholar Edward Lawrence, who eagerly agrees to help. Edward believes the ancient vase is the key that will unlock his academic future. Dora sees it as a chance to establish her own name. But what Edward discovers about the vase has Dora questioning everything she has believed about her life, her family, and the world as she knows it. As Dora uncovers the truth, she comes to understand that some doors are locked and some mysteries are buried for a reason, while others are closer to the surface than they appear. So yeah, like I said, mystery. And that's why I picked it up. It's Victorian. It's a mystery. I mean, is there more that needs to be said? So I'm really looking forward to this one as well. I have so many books, and I was just downstairs too, grabbing all these and looking at my little library and being like, I just want to read everything right now. Which also makes me really happy to think that way because it means I do want to read. So, a couple more things I picked up. The Rising Tide by Sam Lloyd. Lucy has everything she could wish for: a beautiful home high on the cliff tops, her own thriving business, a devoted husband, and 2 beautiful children. Then one morning, time stops. Their family yacht is recovered, abandoned far out at sea. Lucy's husband is nowhere to be found, and as the seconds tick by, she begins to wonder, what if he was the one who took the boat? And if so, where is he now? As a once-in-a-generation storm frustrates the rescue operation, Lucy pieces together what happened on board, and then she makes a fresh discovery, one that plunges her into a living nightmare. Wherever her husband is, he isn't alone, because their children are missing too. Yeah. So Sam Lloyd was actually born in the UK, so he's a UK writer. The chapters are actually really, really short. Oh, well, I guess, okay, so it looks like there's chapter 21, but it's like 1, and then 2's over here, and then, yeah. So they're like chapters split into sections. But yeah, I picked that one up at my local Shoppers Drug Mart because I was mailing packages, and I always like to look at the books because they have good clearance. Not clearance, good sales. If it's a new book that just came in, they usually offer them for about 25% off. So it's never a bad idea to grab a book there. I have 3 more books to share with you, and then I will leave you alone. So I picked up this book. It's called A Dowry of Blood, and it's by S.T. Gibson. And I was definitely influenced by Bookstagram to pick this one up. I follow a few different Bookstagrammers, I guess. One is all romance books, one is horror books, and one is like thrillers and other things. So, and then like a few sprinkled in between. But the horror one recommended this book, and it has to do with Dracula. And that's really all you need to know. I mean, I was like, Dracula, done. I am obsessed with Dracula. In fact, when I was in university studying history, medieval history to be specific, I really, really wanted to focus my thesis on Dracula. Unfortunately, my program was new and it was not well planned, so I didn't actually know we had a thesis option. So I didn't find out about it until it was too late, and then I couldn't get in. So, but I did want to write a thesis about Dracula, and I thought that would have been amazing. Anyway, so it's a sensational novel, it's darkly seductive, and it's the tale of Dracula's first bride, Constanta. Sold. And then the last two books that I picked up are these. This is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Everybody's been talking about this. I've been very intrigued by it. I just listened to another YouTuber who was talking about this book and how great it was. Also, just listening to her explain, I guess, what the book was about was really helpful in making me want to pick it up. And then I picked up this one, Loathe to Love You. It's actually a novella collection, which I didn't realize. I've been seeing this everywhere. Ali Hazelwood is obviously quite popular right now. But it's her 3 novellas, Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero. I actually did buy one of these on Kobo because it was like 99 cents or something, but now I have all 3. So these are the 3 covers. I'm sure you've heard of these. I won't get into it. The girls in each of these novellas are friends, and it's just like their love stories, and they are lady scientists. Not that I had to call them that, but they are scientists. But yeah, it's all about opposites attract. I have seen this one at Chapters. I was looking at it yesterday, but I didn't realize it was actually 3 books. I thought it was just another 1 book. So I didn't pick it up there. Instead, I went to HomeSense again today, and I got these, and I got them for $15 each. I was also tempted to pick up People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, but if I don't like this book, I'll be upset that I picked up another one, especially if I didn't like her writing style and stuff, so I just left it there. And then Malibu Rising was also available for purchase by Taylor Jenkins Reid, but I've been hearing mixed reviews about that one, so I'm a little wary of picking it up. I might wait a while, and if I still want to read it, I'll grab it then. But yeah, that is all. That is all for me. Still a lot of books, but I'm very excited. I have a few more books that I would really like to pick up. In fact, I have one coming today. Actually, I have 2 books coming today, but one I'm going to give to my husband. Not that I won't read it, but I will give it to him as his birthday present because it's his birthday today. It is called Wrath of the Gods, I think. It's a fantasy book, like high fantasy, and it feels like Lord of the Rings, so I think he'll really enjoy it. And I am getting The Secret History by Donna Tartt. And I also want to read The Villa by Paula Hawkins, because I think that one would be really, really, really good. Anyway, I've been watching too much book talk. I've been overwhelmed by all these books I want to read, and I just can't wait to get into it and keep reading. I do get a half-hour lunch at work, so that's mainly why I started reading again, is so I would have something to read while I was on my lunch break instead of just scrolling on my phone aimlessly. And yeah, so I'm going to finish up here. I am clearly burning up for some reason. I am going to watch Will Trent on CTV because we have the app, and I didn't realize you could get free TV that way. You do get a lot of ads, like a lot, but that's okay because it's free. Um, so Will Trent is actually one of Karen Slaughter's, or maybe it's Lisa Gardner. I don't actually know. I don't know. He is a character, a recurring character in one of these murder thriller books. I think he's a FBI agent. Anyway, so they made a TV show about him. And yeah, I am watching that right now. And so far, it is really good. But yeah, so I'd love to hear what you're reading. Please tell me what you're watching. I'm always on the lookout for new things. And hopefully we can chat again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.